Everybody's starting to get ready for their summer vacation, but we've had a question that's been asked more than once from our friends and followers. Is the lounge at Space 220 really worth it? Space 220 is the new space-themed restaurant in Disney's Epcot Center. At Space 220, you have the option to eat at a table service restaurant or the lounge, but both show the exact same experience. You embark on the ultimate culinary exploration from this new expansion of Mission Space. Step inside Space 220 restaurant, featuring a celestial panorama from a space station for a delicious meal. To begin your journey, board a special space elevator that will ascend to the stars. Along the way, viewports will give you an aerial view of Epcot as you travel high above the planet. As you dine, peer out, enjoy an amazing daytime and nighttime view of the Earth as you sit and dine 220 miles up. All right, where are we about to eat?
At Space 220.
What's cool about Space 220?
You're in space.
Welcome aboard this elevator. In just a few moments, you'll be on your way up to Space 220 aboard the Centauri space station. Enjoy the ride.
SV2, you are cleared for launch. Initiated in 3, 2,
Okay, you set the right way.
lift off.
You're riding aboard the Mark V Stellarator, the latest in space elevator design and technology. Today, you'll have a spectacular view of Florida and the Eastern Seaboard. Enjoy the ride. I'll ask you a bit with arrival information. Space station coming into view. Once we dock, gather your belongings and exit through the open air lock. A Space 220 agent will be waiting for you.
SV2 cleared for arrival.
Gravity generator active.
Airlock activated. Docking complete.
Was that cool?
Yes, that was very cool.
Here we are at Space 220 today. We're eating at the lounge. We're having a lunch menu. You can order the full menu on the lounge menu. So if you want that prefixed meal that you can get in the dining area, you can get that in the lounge. But if you eat the dining area, you're kind of tied into that. You have to eat that menu that they have. But if you eat in the lounge, you can do the quick bites also. And so it's a good balance of both. For our crew, we knew that the full prefix dinners weren't really an option for our family to enjoy. So we decided to get the deviled eggs, the short rib sliders, and the chicken and waffles.
Space 220. I personally think it's awesome. I love the atmosphere. I think coming in and seeing Earth and seeing the astronauts kind of floating around is really, really cool. I also really like the food. I know that Camber didn't really like the food that much, and I know Carter really loved it, so it's differing as to who likes what. You know, it's not everybody's taste, but I personally thought it was really good. The short rib sliders were really, really good. I thought the chicken and waffle with the coleslaw on it was really excellent. And I'm not a big deviled eggs fan, but I personally thought the bacon with the deviled eggs together made a really great combination.
I like the atmosphere of Space 220. You can see Earth, you can see astronauts floating, astronauts carrying big loads of what look like concrete blocks, see spaceships flying and asteroids moving. It feels like you're in space. And the food? No, my sister didn't really like it. I liked it. I liked the coleslaw and chicken waffles. I liked the short rib sliders, and the deviled eggs were really good too.
So my drink has Pop Rocks in it, and it's like lemonade, like with other stuff in it. But the Pop Rocks are like very coffee and all that. But they give you like the Pop Rock thing. Don't put them all in at the exact same time, as they said, but I accidentally put too much. And the food here I didn't really like, because there's like a few weird stuff here. There's a waffle with like stuff on it, and there's chicken on it. It's weird, but I don't really like it, so yeah.
All right, for me, the atmosphere in Space 220 is pretty neat. It's definitely the reason that we gave it a go, is we wanted to experience it. The food was just okay. For me, the chicken and waffles was my favorite part. But for me, it's one of those that you should try if you can. The price tag's pretty insane, and so the lounge is probably your best option. We came today, looked over the whole menu. There were several things on there that weren't really interesting to me, but we got 3 of the appetizer bites that you can get in the lounge, and we tried those. My favorite was probably the chicken and waffles. The short ribs was definitely second, and I did not like the deviled eggs at all. For me, this is a one and done restaurant. There's lots of those in Disney World that you should try just for the experience, to say that you did it. This one for me falls in that category. It was good, it was a fun experience, but it's not something that I'm gonna come in and say, oh, I've got to go try this food again. But that's not true for my family. As you can tell, we've all reviewed this quite differently, and I think a couple of us would actually come back for the food again, and we'll be asking to come back again in the future, and I'm sure that I'll end up obliging, because that's what we do, is find compromises. But anyway, we enjoyed it overall, and we think that it's something that if you can experience, you should experience at least once.
This room's super cool. You get to look around in space, and it's super fun. There's some like people going into space. There's some rocket ships, and you can actually see the Earth and go up in an elevator. And it's super far, and you get to look down and look up, and it's super cool.
Guys, when we're ready to head back down to Earth, you can go ahead and board.
Roger 220, running systems check. Energy grid, go. Drug system, go. Tether diagnostics, go. Magnetic field, go. Gravity generator, go. Centauri lift control, checklist is complete. You're confirmed to go for departure. Stand by for descent to Epcot.
Roger, Epcot. Standing by.
Welcome back. Watch your step as you enter this elevator. We will be on our way shortly. SV2, you are clear. 2, 1. Your journey back to Epcot be a smooth and quick one today. So enjoy the ride.
Well, it makes sense how we're going faster going down because,
Epcot is now coming into view. When we dock, gather your belongings, exit through the open airlock, and watch your younger travelers. SB2 cleared for arrival. We hope you enjoyed your visit to Space 220 and look forward to seeing you again soon.
Welcome back, guys.
Yeah, it was really cool. That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. So for us, the answer to the question, is the lounge at Space 220 worth it? We think so. We actually think that it's a better deal than the table service. And so if you're going to go, I would actually recommend the lounge over the table service. The reason why being that you have more flexibility in your menu. At table service, you're locked into that prefix meal. If you go to the lounge, then you get to choose between appetizers, but you can also get that prefix meal if you would like to. And so it just gives a lot more flexibility, especially for families with younger eaters that may not be quite as adventurous. Ultimately, only you can decide for your family. And so look at the menu, weigh your options, and see if this may be an option for you to be able to stop and experience, if nothing else, the really cool Stellavator and the atmosphere and looking in space and all of those cool things. So again, thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with us for a little while, and we hope that you continue living in a Disney state of mind. Bye, guys.